Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Thank you all for coming to testify. I know that you all are facing major challenges because private sector is very busy trying to entice people to join up with them, and so you're facing a lot of those kinds of challenges, and I have to assume that you are wanting to attract people from all backgrounds, all racial backgrounds, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm wondering whether, as we have an awareness of some realities such as the barracks that are uninhabitable and there are these quality of life issues, I am wondering in your recruitment efforts, do your potential recruits ask about things like where do I get to live? What's the quality of life conditions? Do you get those kinds of questions, and are those barriers to people signing up with you all? Any of you? No, it's not a problem?
Yeah. So the questions we get from many of our applicants, two things. Hey, do I have an opportunity to select duty station of choice? That's a big one. And so that's really connected with the current population. In terms of quality of life, we tell our, we train our recruiters, share your story, because quality of life is a huge decision factor in terms of service to the country. And barracks, it has not come up, but from parents that I speak with, ma'am, yes, it does come up. Hey, I want to make sure quality of life is in place, and I will tell you all, this is a priority for the Secretary and the Chief of Staff of the Army. They just spoke about that earlier today.
I mean, really, once, let's say that you're successful in recruiting and then they show up at their barracks and it is really bad condition, mold, et cetera. So we do need to improve those elements of service, and that's why there is a pilot program to give military secretaries greater authority to replace substandard barracks and standardized barrack requirements. So that's something that that I've certainly pushed for. Now, you mentioned, you agree, that diversity is important. You need to attract all kinds of people. And I know that, for example, and this is for General Bowers, there was a report that there are only 5 African-American Marine fighter pilots, which is not even 1% of the Marine fighter force. General Bowers, the results of an independent study regarding the lack of diversity in pilots concluded the Marine Corps cannot overcome generations of discrimination and mistrust merely by removing barriers to participation in top-tier jobs, such as fighter pilots. Instead, it must establish new pathways to reach and recruit African Americans and entrust the role of, quote, Chief Diversity Officer, and quote, to the Commandant himself. General Bowers, what's the Marine Corps doing to address these concerns?
Yes, Senator, thank you for the question. As noted, the Marine Corps is aggressively competing for the best talent in every gender and demographic group in the country. For our officer recruiting mission for fiscal year 2023 just concluded, we had the highest diversity percentage we've ever had. So it is working. Our message is resonating with young men and women of character out there. We will continue to aggressively compete for every market. I think the issue becomes also one of retention and how we retain our best Marines, which is a priority of our Commandant.
Well, that's another issue. So can we look forward to having more than 5 African-American fighter pilots at some point?
Yes, ma'am.
How long do you think that would take?
Ma'am, I'm not the Deputy Commandant for Marine Aviation. I know that we are assessing African-American officers. They're doing well. I can take that one for the record.
We want them to succeed. I'm not talking about fast-tracking, but some of these things have to be done in an intentional way. And I would like it to be noted that we pay attention to the kind of opportunities that are created for our people. There's just one more thing, Madam Chair. Oh. Well, is it okay? I just want to, you're going to stop me? If you don't mind. There was a time where single parents could not join without requiring them to resign custody of their children. And I believe that is something that is being changed. Is that limitation being changed in terms of your recruiting?
Yes, ma'am. One of the initiatives that we put in place in FY23 is a single parent waiver that allows a single parent to have up to 2 dependents under the age of 18, but no younger than 1, and join our Navy and continue to serve.
So do the rest of you allow single parents to join?
We have a process whereby they can join, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Same, ma'am.
We do as well, ma'am.
Yeah, I think you also should think about cryopreservation as a way to help, especially women, but men too, in terms of family planning. And it would enable, I think, more of them to contemplate joining because of that option. Thank you.
Thanks, Senator Hirono. Senator Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and gentlemen, thank you for your testimony.